Welcome back, everybody, to this week's episode of Album Club. This is the special episode where we rank all the albums we did for the past season, Season 2. I am D Sharp, I'm joined by my co-host, Evan Nguyen, aka DJ Hotplate. So let's get into ranking this album. First of all, way harder to do than last season.
Way harder.
A lot of bangers, and then the outlier bad albums that you purposely picked were these are all just going to F.
Thank God we had to do those though, because otherwise we're fighting for our lives to throw something in F and D.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that last season the bad albums came a little bit more naturally because we were new to it.
Yeah.
Now we've kind of done all the bad albums that we know, had to incorporate some in there as well. And when you have The Wall and then AJR in the same go, it's quite a big contrast. So I think we'll have a little bit of difficulty because now me and Dan have to sort through all of the A's and the B's, which we were talking about. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Alrighty. So we'll just go in order of the pictures here.
Where are we starting?
First of all, if you're listening to this audio, recommend switching over to probably the YouTube video. It's Album Club, the channel name on YouTube. There's the video component, but we'll do our best to describe what we're ranking.
We'll be mindful of you audio listeners.
Yeah. So we each get one best album and one worst album, and then obviously it's A through F for the grades and everything. And we're starting off with the Flaming Lips album.
Yeah,
Yoshimi
worst episode,
battles
right?
the Pink Robots.
Definitely the worst episode, easily.
Whoops! I forgot. It's supposed to be worst album.
Oh, worst episode based on our worst performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did you think was our worst episode?
Our worst episode or our worst album?
No, worst episode.
Oh, our worst episode we ever did was the hidden one.
Oh, yeah. We're just sadly recounting the album.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's. We're going through that. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I had this one in B.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's also where I had it too because it wasn't. It's a good album, but I think I ranked it on, the lyricism and some of the replayability of it. I didn't have it that highly in because a lot of it was about the album experience. So I thought B was a comfortable spot for it. It's a good album.
Yeah,
we're gonna have that a lot. Where some really good albums end up. In B.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of these, it's there are a lot of really good tracks and then just some forgettable tracks, which means that the album overall is fine. But that compared to some of the other really, really solid albums, it means you have to put it lower.
Are really good albums with a ton of replayability, and it's just this was a really good album listening experience. It was cool, but I didn't add a ton of it to my library also. Also, I'm going to be looking at my phone a ton. Dan has his rankings over there, but mine are all on this phone. You can't really see it, so I'm going to be this a bunch because it's a bunch of little numbers on here.
Yeah. All right. The Wall.
I had it as an A, no doubt.
I had that as my best album.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Dude, that album's so good.
But how many... all right, hold on. Can we put a pause on that as best album?
Yeah, I think we rank everything and then do our vote for best and worst.
That is so tough. That was such a long album. There was a lot. Okay, that's fine. We'll get to that when we get to it.
Okay.
But I did have that as one of my elite albums. So I mean, is that.
Yeah, I think it's so well done. I think even it's probably one of the best. It is the best concept album. The tracks still manage to stand alone pretty well. Compared to some of the other concept albums.
That is true. I was going to say there's not a lot of replay, but the songs in there that are bangers are super replayable. Yeah. There's just a bunch of the other album necessary stuff that went into it that isn't as replayable.
Mm-hmm. All right, Oracular Spectacular by MGMT. Last episode.
I had them as I think that was a B for me, or they were a high B. Where did you have them at? Yo, what? Dude, I should not have seen that. Oh my gosh, dude. What is wrong with you?
It's hard because the first half of the album really, really solid, but the last half of the album is okay.
I had it as I guess that's a matter of preference too because they did
I still enjoy the last half.
The theme change.
Yeah. I'm fine with putting it as a low B.
Let's put it as C for now because I
Okay.
want to see. I feel like we're gonna have a bunch of. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
If that needs to
All
move
right.
around towards the second half, it can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just that switch from like, the more synth stuff to the psychedelic rock.
Yeah, it wasn't great. There wasn't a ton that was memorable for it, but like I think, yeah, it was a little lacking. I would be fine leaving that there if we, if B is very crowded.
Where did I put Closer? I put that as B. I don't know. I'm fine with B or C.
Let me see.
Because I feel like
No, that's the Downward Spiral.
Yeah, the Downward Spiral. Yeah.
By 9 Inch Nails.
Mm-hmm.
I also had it that. So my B range is 18 through 19, and I had this as an 18. I thought that the presentation was fine, the experience was fine, but I thought that some of their composition was really good, and they do have some bangers on there. So I thought that B was a good
I'm fine with B.
for it.
All right, Black Country New Road for the first time.
Let me see where I had that on here.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure that was an A for me.
First time I did have it as an A. I have it as a 4 presentation because it's short and everything feels like it flows pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Composition and experience were no, presentation was a 5, and then I thought it was everything else was 4. So I definitely think that merits an A.
Okay.
I'm not taking away a ton of songs for it. Like none of them are on my library, but it was still a crazy album. Like if you didn't listen to that album, that was crazy. I wasn't even the biggest fan of like the music genre itself, but it was so cool. So I think that's a pretty easy A for both of us there.
Yeah, really solid album, and they're getting ready to release a new one soon.
That's great that we're on this one now because I think you were ridiculous for putting this album in C.
Yeah, I kind of just put it in C
because of
felt like very up.
What did I?
Did you put that as an A or a B?
I had it as an A, but I'd be willing to meet at B.
Okay.
Because I thought that just like Nirvana's like the way that it was produced and just like some of the songs on there are like I love that era of Nirvana, so it's probably a little biased there too.
Yeah, I mean there are definitely some bangers off of it.
Yeah, the second half is really lackluster on it though. Like I went through and looked at it and it's like all of like the Mr. Cheese or whatever, like Mr. Mustache or like there's just some it's some fine ones on there, but the first half is so strong.
Yeah. All right. AJR. The
My best, your worst, right? I feel like that's pretty easily our worst episode or album.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good episode for us. Why are you hesitating? Drop it in there.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You think about
is that also your worst album?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, dude, it's so bad.
Because there's at least
it's so embarrassing.
in Imagine Dragons, not to get ahead of ourselves, and I think the other bad one we did was Chinese Democracy. I definitely found some good things out of each of those, like on a baseline level.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right.
No, even their bangers off that album, like their most popular tracks off that album, I don't.
It was actually I didn't hate them as much until I listened to the album and realized in like juxtaposition with everything else how bad it was.
Yeah, just how like cringe it all is.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler the Creator.
I have this one as kind of like I have it as a B. But
okay.
Like, a low B for me, but where did you have it at?
Yeah, I had that as a B as well.
Okay. The more I thought about it, I haven't heard like a bunch of his stuff off that album like make rounds. Like I don't know, did it catch on as much with everybody else? Like I know a lot of people listened to it at the time.
It kind of came and went.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
But it's still a very solid album from Tyler.
All right, I've been waiting to get to this one.
Daft Punk Discovery.
Discovery, yeah.
Yeah. I had that as a B.
That is. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt a little biased to put this in A, but I definitely thought it was a B. I thought you were gonna say an A.
Okay.
I thought this album is like it was good, but I think if we have an album, if we have to push something down, Daft Punk is my one that I can like move down on, cause like, but Discovery is a classic, so I don't know. I'm in a weird spot because I almost rate that as C.
Okay.
But I say we leave it at B, and then,
leave it at B.
We'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean like. It is a concept album. The like anime movie is like fun. Yeah. But I don't know. It's not particularly a genre that I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah, I thought that there was because that album had a bunch of like popular songs on it, but the other ones I thought were kind of lame. Like outside of their bangers, some of them just didn't hit as hard. But we'll see. We'll see what we need to do with that.
All right, To Be Kind by Swans.
That
was an A for me.
Yeah, I actually had that one as an A too.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I went back and listened to a bunch of it, and I was like, yeah, this is definitely an A.
Yeah, very strange album, but like interesting.
That was, I think, out of the ones that got my 5 experiences, it was that one, The Wall, Doolittle, and Rainbows, and I think that was it. That was like one of the big ones because I didn't have that many as an experience. But just even though the album's a little longer, just like the different like emotions it brings up, and like it is very, very crazy.
All right. So, Gang of Four, Entertainment. I heard you say this earlier. I think you put it as a C.
I put it actually as a D by contrast,
oh
but
my God.
Yeah, because have you have it as an A?
Yeah.
How?
It's so good. I love this album.
It is not that good. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. They have some. I went back and listened to this yesterday too. They have some duds on there. Are you sure?
Yeah. Also, incredibly influential album.
Who cares? That's not what we're ranking it for. We're ranking it for the album itself. We can leave it as B. Our B is getting pretty stacked.
Yeah.
But
we'll go through after we get it.
Oh man, that is crazy.
All right.
You're wild
Chinese Democracy by Guns N' Roses. I have that as an F.
I actually had Chinese Democracy as a D.
Okay.
Dude, I didn't think it was that bad because I was trying to put one in each. I gave on mine. Chinese Democracy was D. Imagine Dragons was an F because otherwise I had nothing in D unless you have stuff in D coming up.
Yeah.
We can leave it as F though. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That
so
was just
Green
a
Day,
personal bias.
American Idiot.
Oh, easy D.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
As much as it pained me, I put it in C.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'd definitely go up to a B.
I had it as a B. I just didn't expect you to do it as. It's so influential, Dan. It's
not really.
You know what? I'm making fun of you. Let me work over here. I can't. Why'd you put it as C? This is like one of the biggest albums of its time.
Yeah, I mean, I love Green Day. I love that album especially. It's just like
it's a concept.
Compared to some other albums we have here, it's not super standout.
That's fine. You know what we should do? Actually, I don't know. I don't want to do that. We could put it in B. I think I know what's going to happen here because I thought it was pretty. I actually had it as A, and I looked at it. I had it as A on my rankings.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So.
So in Rainbows.
Where did you have it at?
I think I have it as A.
Oh man, I had this one. This was my best album.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, we could just put that in A. I feel like that's pretty easy.
Is This It by The Strokes?
Another A album for me. You have it as B.
Yeah, I'll definitely go up to an A.
I thought that it was. I went back and there's so many. It's a short album and so many of the songs on there are good. That when I was doing this one, I had it as. Where is it? Oh yeah. I have it as like a 5 replayability.
Yeah, I mean, you really
And the presentation is also really good.
Yeah, I added this whole album to my playlist, and just like any track off of here, if it comes on, I'm definitely listening to it.
Yeah, that's why I had it so highly.
Yeah,
just like it's so solid.
Yeah, we could definitely go to A.
All right, I was interested in where we're gonna lie on these next two.
JPEG Mafia.
We have JPEG Mafia and okay.
I have that as a B.
That's not bad. I have it as this is Veteran, right?
Yes.
I have it as a low B also. So.
Okay.
I have this one as an A, kind of a regretful A because I wasn't that into it, but as like an album, as the other parts, like I thought it was composed really well, and the lyricism's obviously really good. So. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite rap albums.
Yeah,
it's so good. And then JPEG Mafia, like, very solid album, but I think that there are some kind of dud tracks.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was also really long, and when you do that, like, it didn't also like I in the concept album thing we've been doing, where like some of those are crucial to it. Not every one of I wouldn't say this concept album either. Is that a concept album?
No.
Yeah, there was just some tracks in there that just kind of like were both unnecessary and not that good. Okay. So I feel like that is good B. We can, we might have to reassess B because I feel like we got some B's coming up.
All right, so Modest Mouse.
Yeah, The Lonesome Crowded West.
Yeah.
I regretfully put this as a B for me. Okay. But I would be, if you wanted to talk me up to A, that'd be fine.
I think I have it as a B as well.
Yeah.
I mean, really solid album. Probably one of Modest Mouse's best albums.
Yeah, definitely.
I've gone back and listened to Cowboy Dance so many times. I love
Really?
that. It's becoming one of my favorite songs.
Dang.
It's so good.
A real diehard Mouseian.
Yeah. All right, Imagine Dragons. I forgot the name.
Imagine Dragon
Night Visions.
D's. Yeah, that's fine. Wait, are you talking about putting in D, or are you just doing the bit?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Doolittle.
All right, you might not agree with me on this. This is one of my elite albums. Okay. I saw you had it in B.
Yeah.
So, speaking of albums we go back and listen to, I have listened to almost all of, I go back and listen to this album a ton.
Mm-hmm.
It really sucks that they let the Kim, whatever her name is, write a song on there, because that is really just one of, that really just kills the album. But I love this album. I had it as an easy A. I saw you had it as a B, though. Why a B? I want to hear it a little bit.
I mean, I'm fine with putting it as an A. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know.
You're just not a Pixies guy.
I just kind of know.
You're not a Pixies guy.
Yeah. I mean, like, I listened to the like, top tracks off of here, but there's not, like, the other lesser known tracks aren't super standout.
I mean,
there's, like, a couple moments.
You're kind of trash. Yeah. But that's where I think we differ, because I think, going back and listening to it, that some of the other songs are what makes it so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gouge Away, the one about the sailors on the sea. Like, there's some others on there that are really strong too, and that's just like that's probably more my personal feelings there.
Mm-hmm.
But we can revisit that if we need to.
So, Paranoid Android.
Wait, is this OK Computer?
Yeah.
See, you keep throwing me off. OK Computer, I have this on. I also have this one as an A. But where do you have it at? You have it as a B.
I have it as a B.
I would be fine on going to a B, because it's compared to In Rainbows. There's some weird tracks on OK Computer that don't that kind of divert from what the album is doing a little too much.
Yeah. It's, like, weird because...
And Rainbow's is way more polished, and it's more... It just...
And then, OK Computer, like, tries to be a concept album at times. Like, there is, like, a running theme throughout it.
Do you remember the Stephen Hawking song off of... I went back and listened to OK Computer yesterday. There's, like, a Stephen Hawking song on there. That, yeah, like, there's just some tracks on there that are, like, alright, like, yeah.
And then, like,
not mad at it.
I forgot what the title is, but, like, the closing... music.
Oh, The Tourist. The Tourist is the last one on there, and it's like a very flowy...
No, it's like... I think it's like closing song for a movie.
Oh, I think you're talking about the last song on there.
No.
Okay, yeah.
But
no, I know what you're talking about. That's
like
the weird track.
Which is like a solid song, but like, it just doesn't really fit.
About that film, right? Yeah.
Wait. All right.
Oh, we already did that. Okay, so this is Toxicity, right?
Yes, Toxicity. I have that as an A.
This is a high B, so if you want to move it up to an A, that's fine, because it's got a ton of good songs.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the album. Alright, so, Home Like No Place Is There by Hotelier.
This is a low B.
Okay.
Where do you have it at?
I put it as a C, regretfully.
That's
this
fine.
Is like...
Yeah, it's just good.
This is another, like, Green Day situation where it's like, I really love the album, but, like, when you start comparing them, it's hard.
Yeah. That's fine. I feel like that one.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the one I'm curious about, because you don't even like these guys to begin with. You're on the record Death Cab for Cutie hater.
Transatlanticism.
But yes, where do you have it at on yours?
I have it as a D.
What? That has to be like a by contrast, right? If you were ranked this, would you put it as a D anyways, or at least a C?
Probably a C.
Because it's a Death Cab for Cutie. Like, you have to take yourself out of Dan's shoes. Because...
I don't know. I mean, like, there's so many tracks that are just kind of forgettable.
Incorrect. Like, 6 of the songs, it's like a 10-song album, and 6 of them are, like, their most popular songs.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Okay.
As a Death Cab for Cutie man, as one of the cuties themselves, I can tell you, this is, like, their best album. I actually had this one. Let me see if I gotta make sure I'm backing up what I say here. I had this one as one of my A's. Like,
really,
we gotta meet in C here, because you're essentially throwing Death Cab for Cutie in the trash. Okay, And that I will not stay. Because I did not enjoy Veteran that much, but I understood how much, like, in its genre, it performed well. You got to do the same for indie rock, because Death Cab for Cutie, if they made one of those, you know, like the Marvel posters with everybody standing and it's like all the... Death Cab for Cutie's like in the middle. Okay? I'm telling you. We ride. Okay?
Alright, we'll put it in C then.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you. Also, my chair keeps creaking. That's not me.
Fine.
I have to clarify.
So, there existed in... No.
Nope.
Visions of Bodies.
Yep, that was...
the other one.
That was wrong.
Yeah.
You're not a real fan.
I'm sorry.
Let me see. Where did you have it at? Well, look.
I have it as a C.
I also have it as a C.
Okay.
Yep.
That's another one where it's like by contrast. I mean, it's a really solid album.
No, I thought it was a stinky album.
It's not my favorite from Clipping. I really like Splendor and Misery. We're probably going to have to do that at some point. Just
No,
I've talked
we
about
don't
it
have
times.
to. So. We really don't have to.
Yeah, that album's really cool. I think you'd enjoy it. Alrighty. So, now we got to go through and actually rank the tiers.
Man, A is quite diverse there.
Yeah.
Are there even two from the same genre in there? Everything feels like it's in its own little subgenre. You've got classic rock. You've got the 90s grunge rock. You've got like the 1000. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is very diverse. That is good on us. We are very good at what we do. So we want to do best album last? Or are we just going through and cleaning up the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just go through and clean up the rows. So you said you had In Rainbows as your top.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you have For the First Time?
Let me see. For the First Time was a 20 for me, which meant that it was the middle of A.
Okay.
But I actually had Swans. I had Swans higher than I had a Black Country New Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you put Is This It?
The Strokes I had as also a mid A. Same for Food. Funny enough, I had Death Cab for Cutie should be right there. I had personally, I think The Strokes is I liked it more than Food if I had to choose, but that's just personal taste. What about you? Do you want to flip those?
So To Be Kind, For the First Time, Is This It, Food.
Listen, man, I'm not an individual. I just am glad, Doolittle made it to A. That's all. Hey, that's a win for this team over here. You pick the order because those three albums. It
is really hard because of how different they are.
Yeah, they're all very diverse.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I literally think everything here is from a different genre.
Yeah.
A subgenre.
Yeah, I'm happy with that order, honestly. Okay. The thing with Food is the 3-track skits bit kind of takes away from the overall album.
Listen, man, I'd be happy to rank Food lower. That's fine with me.
Okay.
But it is also...
So Doolittle, did you have that as a high A?
Yeah, that is one of my high A's. Just because of how influential the Pixies are.
Yeah,
and it's just...
And then where did you have Toxicity?
I had it as a high B, so it would be the lowest of A's for me, but
okay,
I feel like that's pretty good where it's at. What do you feel? Are you hurting over there? You look like you're hurting.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really hard to rank.
What is hindering you here?
I don't know. I feel like Doolittle should be higher.
Me too. Trust me, man. Me too.
I don't know. I think I'm happy with that over, honestly.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've decided I'm happy.
All right, that's fine. I know in my heart Doolittle is higher than that, but it's okay. We can leave it there.
Yeah. Okay,
man,
so right now the ordering for A is The Wall, In Rainbows, To Be Kind, For the First Time, Is This It, Food, Doolittle, and Toxicity.
Yes.
Quite the arrangement.
That's very diverse, and it is a strong A category.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, on to B. Or do you want to leave B for last?
No, it's fine. We can do it now. How many of these are you trying to move down? Because we currently, to the listeners, have 10 in B, which is too much. I don't know if it's actually too much. I was kind of being facetious. If we want to leave it as this many, I don't really care.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Let's get the ordering down, and then we'll look at the ending 2-3 albums. All right. So where did you have the Flaming Lips?
Flaming Lips. I know that they were like a high B, mid B for me. I think they were.
Yeah.
Is that are you ranking those in there, or did you just throw them in there?
Yeah, kind of ranking them.
I'd be down to throw it more towards the middle. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I see where you put Daft Punk in your ranking? Boo! You suck. Are you serious?
Where did you have that? Was that an A?
Dude, I would send Daft Punk. I would send that one to the sun. I hate that album.
You don't like it at all?
No, it's fine. In B's, it's like a weird spot for me because I'm trying to separate myself from the art here because it's a very iconic album and a ton of the songs in there are iconic. So it probably needs to be where it's at. Truthfully, like in the higher parts of B because of that. Are we doing 9 Inch Nails as the top one there? Because
no.
Okay.
I mean, up to you. I had that as my top.
That's fine. No, that's fine with me because I really enjoyed that album.
Okay.
I thought the songs on there were really strong and the composition is really good.
Did you have Bleach as an A?
Let me see right, Bleach, because I think I did. Yeah, Bleach was an A for me on there.
I'm fine with moving it to the top of B.
All right, that's fine. We can't do Nirvana too dirty. They are dead. So.
Well, one is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's also an influential album.
Yeah.
A lot of these are influential albums, which is kind of annoying.
Do you want to put Entertainment farther ahead than those 2, 3 right there?
Well, you ranked it pretty low, right?
Yeah, but I like it. Like it's fine. Like I said, it would be like a C for me. But like, if we're counting influence and like what it does, then it probably deserves to move up because it is in the same way that Hey set the stage for the '90s. Entertainment did the same for more decades, if you would argue that.
Okay.
So
we'll put it here for now.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can sort these out.
Yeah.
I feel like
we should move the Tyler one down.
Yeah, that one I was gonna say. I also feel like those 2 to the right of Veteran, those both can't be to the right of to Veteran.
No.
Okay, that works even better. That's the ultimate compromise.
Where do you want to put Green Day? American Idiot.
What do you feel? This one's more personal to you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it is better than A Lonesome Crowded West.
Okay.
The Lonesome Crowded West. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's more interesting than Lonesome Crowded West.
Yeah. It's a concept album.
Yeah.
That's the thing that Lonesome Crowded West has some good songs, but I feel like Green Day should get the bump for being a successful concept album and having a ton of like super memorable songs on there.
Yeah. Do you think it should go above Flaming Lips?
Yes, but I would listen to no. But if we're gonna move it up, that's fine.
I mean, truthfully, I'd rather listen to the Green Day album.
Yeah. Well, that's our. We're supposed to remove that.
Yeah.
No biases in here.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we're doing Radiohead or Pixies, then I will put in my bias.
Yeah.
Do we feel good about the OK Computer Modest Mouse? Is that a pairing that we like? Not pairing, but side by side. Do we like those?
Yeah.
Ranked that way? 'Cause I'm fine with it. I think that.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, I still think I would listen to Modest Mouse because OK Computer is good, but like you were talking about, the lulls on there are pretty lowly, and I feel like even the lulls on Modest Mouse are I feel like there's not as many, and they fit into the album a little bit more, so I don't think they count as lulls.
I mean, if OK Computer was the only Radiohead album I listened to, I definitely have to put it higher.
Yeah,
but like when you compare it to like In Rainbows, it's way less consistent.
Big gap.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to C for now.
Okay.
We can move on. All right. Where did you have Oracular Spectacular?
I actually had it as a high B, so we will have to meet somewhere. I mean, I guess high C is fine.
Okay.
Because I get it, the second half is pretty lackluster, but like, I feel like putting it down as C's. Anything lower is kind of hard. We can mess around with the next ones, but...
Okay. So, would you put Death Cab for Cutie above Oracular Spectacular or below?
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know about that one now. I think that it still is not like... Don't tell the cuties I said this, but it's not the most exciting album of all time, so probably not. And there's also... That album is not as mainstream and as successful as their other album. So I feel like it's fine to leave Transatlantic. That's a real diehard Cuties album right there. But do you want to move up? I want to know, because this feels like a personal battle for you between Home Like No Place Is There and Clippings. What's going on there? What's your internal monologue?
If it was There Existed an Addiction to Blood, I would put it above Home Like No Place Is There. But it's a follow-up album to that, so like the concept isn't entirely original by that point. I think it's much better than There Existed an Addiction to Blood, however. But I feel like just... like, they're both kind of hard to pull tracks off of.
Yeah.
Whereas with, like, Home Like No Place Is There, you definitely can pull tracks off of. And The Existence, like, it's a good album as well.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I'm kind of happy with that placement.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I have to make a case. I'm making a case, okay?
Yeah.
I have, like, the floor. Sorry to bump your chair. I think... I'll say it. Chinese Democracy should be a D and not an F. And you want to know why? Mm-hmm. You said you liked a couple of the songs off of Chinese Democracy. You did not say that about whatever that album is called, the Imagine Dragons. What is that one called?
Night Visions.
Night Visions.
Yeah.
We both kind of agreed that like they still stuck true to some Guns N' Roses sounds on some of the tracks.
Yeah.
Imagine Dragons is almost insufferable the entire time.
That's true.
And I feel like a little bit of Chinese Democracy, because remember, it's spread out from the 90s to also like the late 2000s when they try to redo some of it. Some of it is true, still solid Guns N' Roses. The rest of it is just pretty bad. Like, there are some very bad songs on there. But there's a couple songs on there that are fine and at least deserve some merit. And I don't think you can say the same about Night Visions, and plus we don't have a D. We got to make ourselves look a little clear.
I agree.
I know it's hard
yeah.
because the bottom of C, Clippings touching Chinese Democracy, feels like kind of a crime.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem, but I feel like in reality, some of those C's probably bleed a little bit into B, so we don't have to, we could sleep good at night.
Yeah.
I just feel like that Chinese, like there are still people who like remember some of their songs off that album were still kind of popular. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think it was a complete disaster, but the reason it's regarded as such a disaster for the most part is because it got leaked and it stuck in development hell for a long time. Like, the contents of the album were panned, but not as strongly as one was led to believe when we did this album. Don't let your pre-existing notions block your brain.
Yeah, that's true. There's like...
I also went back and listened to it yesterday. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 tracks off here that are pretty solid.
Yeah, and I feel like that...
The thing is, like, the rest of them are just, like, confusing.
Yeah.
Whereas with Night Visions...
It's all bad.
Yeah, it's all bad. There's like a very clear vision of what they're doing, and it's not a good vision.
Night Visions, for the most part... That was bad. Night Visions, for the most part, there's only, like, a couple moments where you're like, this isn't that bad, and they immediately get ruined. Like, with Chinese Democracy, there's at least a couple full songs that you're like, all right, whatever. Like, I can live with this. You look like... I still feel like that's fine. You're hurting in your brain.
No, I think that's good.
All right.
The thing is, like, all of our C's are really just, like, B minuses.
Yeah, they really are. If they should be... That's what I'm saying. C is the wrong term for there. Yeah. It's just, like, we can't stack everything in B. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a very high. I mean, the point difference in those C's is my C is 18 and 19, which is still only 4 points down from a 22 plus, which was my elite category. Yeah. So like, there's not that far a gap for me when I was doing my point system. So like, these albums, I'm still hurting because personally, Transatlanticism should be a B. To me, it's very iconic in its own little ways, but it's not better than OK Computer or Lonesome Crown of West. No way. It should just be like an 81. Like you just made the B, my friend.
Yeah.
You're not a 70, but you're also not an 85. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also feel bad because I feel like we talked pretty fondly about some parts of Oracular Spectacular and ended up in C. I mean, it is our highest C, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the album.
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty.
Sometimes just casualties.
Now we got to decide the best album.
Yeah, it's probably The Wall. Not going to be super climactic there because I thought about it, and The Wall is one of the greatest albums of all time. So for me to try to tell you In Rainbows is better, probably not the most vigilant of fights that I should go after. So I feel like that's fine. It's iconic. It's built so well. It's an incredible album. There's so many good songs on there. And In Rainbows is good, but I feel like that's a little bit of bias in there for me. So I feel like if I try to argue that over The Wall, I wouldn't be doing my justice as a volunteer album clubbist. Okay, I feel like I wouldn't be doing my job if I tried to argue that. So, what can you give the audience one more run through as to why The Wall is the best?
Yeah. So it is obviously like one of the earliest and best examples of a concept album.
They did do it before it was cool.
Yeah. I mean, of course, there's like concept albums are a pretty generalized term. There's always been albums that have shared themes, but this is the first one that attempted to tell a story across the entirety of the album. And I think that story is like so good. Like, it's so full of metaphor. It's so full of heart and emotion. The movie is like really solid that came out with it. Lots of that classic like 80s trippy animation, along with just like some really, really vivid imagery, which I know that like realistically I shouldn't be thinking too much of the movie, but like,
you're thinking of the movie, my friend.
Nah.
That's probably what I don't know. I didn't watch the movie, so
yeah,
like, I'm thinking of it purely from not that perspective.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even without the movie, it paints such like clear pictures throughout the tracks.
Yeah,
like the lyrics go along so well with the instrumentals and everything.
Yeah,
it's a very epic album, and not in like the wow so cool, but in like the scope of things. You know?
Agreed. I mean, just think of like Another Brick in the Wall. Like that is an epic song.
Yeah. I mean, Another Brick in the Wall, Comfortably Numb. Comfortably Numb is like so. Yeah. It is legitimately one of the best songs of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely happy with it being best album.
One thing about The Wall for me that I give it so much credit for is it's such an early concept album.
Yeah.
And something that a lot of concept albums sometimes do is they like. Green Day has a certain sound, right? So when they do a concept album, they don't deviate that much from their own sound. There's like, they change the pace, they add in a couple more instruments, but like Pink Floyd deviates from their own sound like instrumentally a ton in that album, and I think it's a very diverse concept album, and it really takes you on a roller coaster because of that, and that's like a 5-1 experience. It's a 5-1 composition. Like, there's really nothing. The only thing I would say that's not. The only thing I think I gave it a 4 on lyricism, because like he's not like as feels like as gifted when I say like writing lyrics like as some of the other people. Like, there's some good lines on there, but like other than that, I have everything was like a 5 on there. So probably a good fit for our best album of the season. What was our best album last season?
Well, I was gonna surprise you with that, but I kind of need to take a minute here. Alrighty, so. To give you guys the complete run-through again, the best album is The Wall. The ranking of the A's is In Rainbows, To Be Kind, For the First Time, Is This It, Food, Doolittle, and Toxicity. The B's are Bleach, The Downward Spiral, Entertainment, Discovery, American Idiot, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, The Lonesome Crowded West, OK Computer, Veteran. What is the Tyler album?
Call Me If You Get Lost.
Call Me If You Get Lost. Yep. The C's are Oracular Spectacular, Transatlanticism, Home Like No Place Is There, and Visions of Bodies Being Burned. The only D is Chinese Democracy by Guns N' Roses. The only F is Night Visions. And then the worst album is easily AJR's The Click.
Boo, that album sucks.
It's so embarrassing. Alrighty.
Glad we did it, though. That was fun. That was, definitely our Astro Lounge of the year.
So, now, to do a little... we're going to take a break, but there won't be a break in the actual video or audio. But you'll see what we do in a second here. Alrighty, so we're back with all of the albums from the A category of Season 1 and Season 2.
This is kind of messed up.
Attempt to rank them against each other. Starting with Queens of the Stone Age, Songs for the Deaf.
Are you going to try to rank this one down because the guy's a piece of trash?
I mean, we could.
let's if we're going to have to... Dude, but it's such a good album, though. It's so good.
Yeah.
Are we just going to put all these at A?
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
I mean... Alright, hold on. No, I feel like we can do this. Alright, this is definitely an A album.
Okay.
Slint has to be an A album, right?
Yeah, because that was our top from the season.
And then The Wall has to be an A.
Yeah.
Now we crack our knuckles and we go to work.
Okay.
So, F.
Yeah.
No,
add another category.
Yeah.
I think either a C or a B.
Let's do C for now.
Okay.
Because I feel like we're going to have some good Bs. You want to put this
to
in B?
To be kind.
Okay.
I think we can do B.
Yeah. Or is this going in A?
Yeah.
Siamese, got to be a B.
Okay.
Because we need to fill out B a little bit more.
Yeah.
And Rainbow's got to be a B. Oh, no, that's fine. Let's do A. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. What about this one, Dan? I want you to set where this one goes. Because this album, I could give 2 S's less about this album. You have to pick where this album goes. You have to live with that.
We'll do C. I kind of feel like it's on a similar tier as For the First Time. I like them both equally. Even though they're not at all valued the same.
Man, one of these is not like the other. For me, Toxicity being here is like the fringe guy, like getting in. He's like, yo, I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah. Is this it? Where are we putting that?
It's a very good album, but
I feel like it's similar to Siamese Dream.
Yeah, a lot of those are bangers.
There's like a couple bangers off of it, and then the rest are very solid.
Solid, yeah. Okay. I feel like this one could be a D for me.
The College Dropout?
Yeah, we gotta have a D. What else we could put in D?
That's true.
Because the College Dropout is good, but it's like the skits don't the skits are kind of stupid. Like you can make
and then compared to a rap album like Food.
All right, well hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Kanye is still one of the greatest, but yes, I agree. So now we gotta just I say a B for Hey. What do you think?
I'm fine with it being a lower B.
Oh, you poor thing. Where's this going?
I feel like we got to do
Yep.
Alright, so the ordering of A. Right now it's Spiderland, The Wall, To Be Kind, or Songs for the Deaf rather, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Rainbows.
Yo, what if...
Do you think...
No, best album should be Songs for the Deaf because we've already looked past the man's problems. So if
we're on his side.
So if we're gonna ride with that, we just gotta go all in and say it's one of the best, our favorite. We just gotta just go full heel on that. I still think Spiderland is such an incredible album.
Yeah.
I have not had an album induce such emotion and feelings on me, but we are comparing a very orangey orange and a very appley apple. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Personally, for best album, I still think it's The Wall.
Personally, for best album, I think your opinion is not valid. Get Owned.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm fine with that, and then Slint, and then Queens of the Stone Age. That's probably the realistic order, anyways. Yeah. It sucks. We need to find one better than The Wall. I'll probably start making my own music here so we can start getting something to beat The Wall. Because The Wall is going to be one of those things where no matter how many more seasons we do, what are we going to do to convince ourselves it's better than The Wall?
Yeah.
Unless we do like whatever album Bohemian Rhapsody's from, which I can't imagine is better than The Wall. But like, what beats The Wall? Is it the best album of all time? And why did we wait till season 2 to do it?
You were chilling. You were chilling on it.
We were vibing. We were just chillaxing.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I feel like
Pimp a Butterfly and In Rainbows.
My personal preference is In Rainbows, but I also know how iconic and influential Pimp a Butterfly is, so I can't really put up a good case against it. What do you think?
Yeah. Personally, I would drop Solange the Deaf lower.
Whoa! What is wrong with you? Oh, because you were I just saw your original tier chart. That was To Pimp a Butterfly at the highest. Yo, you're kind of trash. That's kind of a trash take.
Really?
You don't even be listening to that album.
I do.
Nope.
Yeah.
I actually monitor what you listen to.
Yeah, check it out.
I'm your Spotify FBI agent. If that album isn't in your Spotify Wrapped, it's over for you. You're a fraud.
Okay.
That's fine. You can rank it lower. That really sucks because.
And then, do you think In Rainbows is better?
No, it's better than. I think that's better than.
Okay.
Yeah, In Rainbows is very good, but Songs for the Deaf is one of the most like complete the same thing we were talking about with. Is This It? Like, almost every song on that album is good. So,
True.
like, and Rainbows is very good at keeping up with its sound, but give me, like, songs outside of the top 3 from that album. Can't. Yeah. So, easy dub. What do you think about B?
I'm weirdly okay with this ordering.
Yeah, you definitely owe me one because I think that Hey should be higher. And I'm definitely giving up. I'm
you don't even know what the album's called. You keep calling it Hey.
No, I'm Doolittle. Sorry. Are you kidding me? You know what you called The Lonesome Crowded West? It's not even titled right on our podcast rankings or on our episode list.
Is it not?
It's A Lonesome Crowded West. And you have to type
really?
them. Yeah, get owned.
Okay.
Listen, I think that that is the most leeway I've given. I would fight more for that album, but, you know... Are you going to tell me that Pixies are more influential than the Strokes?
Probably.
Yeah, they definitely are. They set the stage for the 90s.
Yeah.
I feel like you're taking Dan bias into the Pixies here.
Okay.
I feel like the Strokes...
And then do you think, compared to Siamese Dream...
No, don't... I'm not gonna fight that hard.
Okay.
I don't... Why? I know why, but why is... To Be Kind higher than all these?
To Be Kind is kind of similar to Spiderland for me, where it's like super abstract and like it just brings up so many emotions. Like it's really uncomfortable at times. It's really haunting at times. There's tracks in here on To Be Kind that are like hypnotic.
Yeah. But
there still is a lot of listenability to it all. I still really love Oxygen. I still really love... I can't remember the name of it, but quite a few tracks on there are good. If I had the album in front of me, I would know.
Yeah, of course, man, of course.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's what I was going to say, because, like, I think it makes sense to us, but to the listeners as to why we're ranking it higher than Smashing Pumpkins, all this stuff. But, yeah, no, I get it. It's kind of the same way, like you were saying with Spiderland, where it draws such a powerful emotion out of you that, like, you can't ignore that. Like, you can't just let that sit, because it was just crazy. Yeah, I'm fine with that order there.
So for the first time, Airplane Over the Sea and Food.
Hey, man. Hey. Whatever.
Yeah, I feel like this is like all my picks right here.
Yeah, this is fine. I feel like I honestly personally like Food a little better than Airplane Over the Sea, but I know you're a diehardist in Airplane Over the Sea though, so
I'm fine with moving that up.
Oh. No, you can put Doolittle in A. Yeah, that's fine. You're about to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You feel like Black Country New Road is definitely the slam dunk out of C?
I mean, if we are including influence, definitely not. But if we're not, just like albums that I find myself listening to the most, like all the way through. Like I've listened to for the first time all the way through, like 6 times since it came out.
Oh, good for you.
It came out like this year.
Well, that's cool. For sure. They'll probably send you like a thank you letter.
I hope so, yeah.
Probably
That'd be cool.
ask you to be on one of their albums.
Mm-hmm.
You can play the saxophone.
Yeah, I'll learn it.
Yep. Well, they ask you to. I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of have to.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I think the College Dropout is
more influential. Definitely, the songs on there are way.
They're both kind of influential, and they're both pretty hype, and they're both solid.
They're both pretty epic, you know.
They are both epic, but in the other way.
Let me see the College. Hang on. I need to look at this real quick. Oh yeah, All Falls Down.
I mean, it's Kanye's
Jesus
first
Walks,
album. It has some of his best songs, or like
Through the
iconic
Wire.
songs.
Yeah, definitely. No, that needs to stay where it's at. There's so many good songs on there. System of the Down is very solid, but
yeah,
they're both very solid. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
I
have
think that's
both
fine.
solid.
Alrighty, are we happy with that? I feel like it's solid.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy about it. Got no problem. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel good. All my albums, A's. Little B. So that's fine.
Yeah.
You're the one getting owned with all your albums in C. Oh, it's your favorite albums down there, dude.
Alrighty. So, once again, the best album between season 1 and 2 is The Wall. Our A category is Spiderland, To Pimp a Butterfly, Songs for the Deaf, and In Rainbows. Our B category is To Be Kind, Siamese Dream, Doolittle, and Is This It? Our C category is For the First Time, Food, and Airplane Over the Sea. And then our D category is The College Dropout and Toxicity. I think that is pretty solid. All right. Well, a lot of compromise, a lot of deal making, a lot of politics, if you will.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Feel pretty good about that, though.
Yeah. We'll be back
Some
in a
point.
couple weeks, I guess, a week or two. Probably do a little bit of variety before we get back into albums again.
Yeah. Are we gonna do the Rolling Stones one before we start the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
that
that'd be
sounds
fun. Yeah. So we're gonna go. Next episode will be going through the top 500 albums, picking out a couple albums we want to talk about and their placement on that list. Yeah. So look forward to that. Should be a little bit more interesting compared to the regular formatted album reviews.
Yeah. He said we're boring. So
Yeah.
You'll think us later.
All right. Thank you all for watching or listening, depending on what you did. We'll be back shortly. Check us out. Yeah, check us out on social media. We're on Instagram and Twitter at Album Club WUSC. We're live typically every Tuesday, 4 to 6 p.m. Who knows what time slot we'll get next semester, though.
Yeah, let's get 8 to 10.
Yeah.
It's kind of late night.
Yeah, let's get a midnight show.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then obviously check out our past episodes. We record them all. The best way is to go to our social medias and go to the Linktree link in the bio at those and go to whatever platform you want to listen on. All right, we'll be back eventually. See ya.